In this video I am talking about this, the Zhiyun Crane 2S gimbal. You must already know what gimbal does and how it does it, especially this one, as it has been reviewed hundreds if not 1,000 times here on YouTube already. So instead of demonstrating how to do a ninja walk and how steady the footage filmed from this gimbal is, and I promise you it is very stable, I'm going to talk about what makes this gimbal a great choice for you if you are choosing your first gimbal and why this is the best option when you're upgrading from older versions of Zhiyun. Like me, I have used this Crane 2 for about 2 years on a very regular basis, and I was certainly due for an upgrade. And yes, it crossed my mind to go for DJI or even one of those new Manfrotto ones, but just when I thought of leaving Zhiyun, lovely people at Zhiyun have pulled me back in. So I must say massive thanks to Zhiyun for supplying me with this Crane 2S for this review, but I wasn't paid or asked to say anything specific about it, so it is my honest and unbiased opinion about this gimbal. A lot of you keep asking me about my I shoot people for a living t-shirts, so I am very pleased to announce that I have set up a new shop where you can buy these, well, newer design, better new design from. It's a US and UK only right now, but if you are from a different country and you are interested, let me know in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. You know, when you use a tool, camera, lens, car, bike, whatever, on a daily basis, you get to know it and how it works well. And then you try the same tool, the same type of camera or lens, but a newer model, different make, or a better version of it, you instantly know what is better about it, or worse maybe. You notice the differences instantly, and this is exactly what I experienced with this gimbal. I love my Crane 2 and I got to know it pretty well, but as soon as I have opened the box and seen 2S for the first time, I was very impressed. Zhiyun have literally addressed all the little issues and niggles the original Crane 2 had and added a bunch of really cool design improvements and functionality. Firstly, the design is way nicer, a little bit chunkier, and the little torches and add-ons that make it really look cool. The little gold accents, very streamlined look to all the parts, and even the tools and accessories make you feel like you got a very high-end quality product here. Well, you do have a very high quality product here. I feel like I am a little bit crowded by this gimbal. That's gone. It took me literally 10 minutes to get it out of the box, activate it via the app, and figure out how to balance it, as there are a couple of little differences in setting it up between this and the previous version or other gimbals I know of. So let's talk about the things I find cool or very useful here and that I haven't seen on gimbals before. Firstly, it is the removable camera plate. Although the gimbal comes with standard size tripod plate, and removing the camera to place it on the tripod is a doddle. Putting it back will need balancing the camera on this level again. But as you can remove the whole camera plate with the camera attached to it and attach another tripod plate on the bottom of it, it completely eliminates the need to rebalance anything when taking the camera off the gimbal and putting it back on. I love this personally. So if you do switch from tripod to gimbal a lot, this is a very useful feature here. Once you know what's what and where everything is, it takes roughly a couple of minutes to set it up from scratch, depending on the camera and lens, of course. If the camera lens combo is long and big, it may take a bit longer to fine-tune it, but standard size mirrorless camera with a standard zoomer prime is very easy and quick to set up. I really recommend Marcel Brandel's channel for all the technical details of this gimbal and very detailed instructions on how to correctly set it up and use. The link to his channel is in the description below this video. Check it out if you need more info on setting it up. Crane 2S is available on its own and as kits, with a side handle in the combo kit and a pro kit with a phone holder, wireless transmitter and a few other bits. I only have the gimbal on its own here, but I also got the sling grip handle from Zhiyun, this for going lower without inverting the gimbal, focus, zoom control motor, and this mount to attach a second camera to the gimbal. Yes, you've heard me right. It is possible to mount 2 cameras onto this gimbal. It might seem counterintuitive. Why would you need to mount 2 cameras to the gimbal? But imagine being able to shoot close and wide angle in one go. Yes, it's not something that you'd be doing every day, but the option to mount 2 cameras is here. Cool feature, but you need big arms and very strong back for it, or smaller second camera. As I use Atomos Ninja 5 pretty much 99.9% of time, so I have also purchased this small rig side handle. There is a Zhiyun option available, but I prefer the small rig handle as it is slightly shorter. I mount the monitor on top of the handle and it just fits the size of Ninja 5, and the monitor mount perfectly without getting in the way of the camera and the gimbal at all. This is a solid, and I mean solid gimbal. If you ever use the gimbal or seen someone using one, you'll know about the Ninja walk. You have to walk in a certain way to get the most out of it and get smoother shots. This is no different here, but I didn't really have to go crazy with the Ninja walking. In fact, I was able to get perfectly smooth shots walking backwards without even thinking about it. Comparing it to a slightly smaller previous version, the Crane 2, this is a lot stronger and more stable without worrying about any unexpected wobbles. It also has got the new Vortex and Go modes. Vortex for 360-degree spins, and Go for more responsive movements like filming sports or fast-moving action. There is of course the usual pan, follow, lock and follow modes for all aspects of gimbal filming. It is fairly heavy, like most of gimbals, being able to support a mirrorless camera, or 2 in this case, and a lens plus accessories certainly weight that you will feel after 2-3 hours of shooting with it, even if you are very physically fit. I'm not. The side handle helps to distribute the weight a little bit to 2 hands, and also using this slide grip allows me to change the way I hold it from time to time to make longer periods of working with it a little bit easier and less backbreaking. You will need the Zhiyun app to activate the gimbal to be able to actually use it, but you will need it also to install the firmware updates, and it might be useful for controlling the gimbal remotely with as well. Once connected, you can control the camera tilt, pan and rotation manually by pressing the buttons on your phone or by using the phone's gyro. Great feature if you want to concentrate on operating the gimbal while someone else can control the camera movement independently. I always find very difficult to operate the built-in joystick smoothly. This makes it much easier, and if it's not right, you can blame someone else for it, someone who's operating the phone. Controlling the camera position by tilting the phone is hard. I don't know if it's my phone or I am doing something wrong, but I find it very unpredictable and somehow flaky. If you are using this function successfully, let me know in the comments below what is the trick to master it. I'm finding it very hard to find something I don't like about the whole package, but if I had to pick something, then it would be the case this comes in this case. Although it is kind of cool and functional, I'd prefer if it had a shoulder strap, or if it was more substantial case, easier for carrying around. Let's face it, you won't be going to any shoot with just the gimbal. In my case, very often it's also the cameras, tripods, lights, light stands, laptop and more. When you have to carry it all in and out all the time, it always helps if you can throw any of it over your shoulder. With this, you just can't. I'm only saying this as the previous version had a dedicated hard case with a shoulder strap bundled with it. This is just a polystyrene case. Value, I guess it's not something you buy on a whim, or maybe you do. Maybe it's not a must-have tool, but one that could be very useful if used correctly. Gimbal on its own cost £599 or $600 in US, and the Pro Kit with all the extra accessories and baits goes for £740 here in UK or about $840 in US. For me, the biggest difference between this and DJI gimbals is the fact that the batteries are removable. I personally prefer this than the internal batteries, as it is very easy to get an extra set of batteries and keep them charged up in your kit. I very often forget to plug things in after using them and find myself without power next time I need them. So having a spare set just gives me that peace of mind. Conclusion, this is high-end gimbal, no doubt. I love how it looks. To me, that's important too. I want to feel good about the gear that I am using. I know it sounds mad, but to me, it makes a difference on a personal level. I don't care what other people think about it, but when I spend this kind of money, I need to like it. Me, and I do. This is cool. This is a cool gimbal. It is certainly capable of delivering superb results. It is really solid, smooth and easy to operate. Great features and all the modes for every possible filming gimbal scenario. It is a large gimbal capable of handling very heavy loads like 2 cameras, and one that makes it possible to get perfectly smooth moving shots to enhance the production value of your videos. And this is it from me. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give me that thumbs up and consider subscribing. I really appreciate every single like and sub and all of you who comment and help to grow this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. So how does it perform? Rolling, 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 rawhide. Once you know what's what and mount. Oh, this is a disaster.